Hello, green light. Let's get going. Um, we are gonna go post. We are. Gary is. I'm Gary. We are going to go post the link on the website. The website is jollyrogerukulele.com. Every day, Monday through Friday, we meet here on YouTube to go over intermediate, well, beginning, intermediate, and then crazy difficult tunes on ukulele. And you should go check out the website, jollyrogerukulele.com. If you have not already been there, you should have already been there. And then we will be playing Italian music today. Funiculi, Funicula, and Sole Mio. Da, 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 dum. We playing both of those tunes today, baritone style and ukulele style. And let's see if that scrolls down and that the client page. Sometimes it looks like it takes and sometimes it doesn't. So let me go make sure that it's working. Funiculi, Funicula, click. And sure enough, spaghetti on the ukulele. There we go. We're all set. I don't know if it's funny to make fun of Italians and spaghetti anymore, but I think it's funny. So they're probably fine with that. https:// jollyrogerukulele.com. And then I like to put the photo on with it. Tuff-er. Kick your fanny, scroll down, double click, hit tweet, and patience, off we go. All right, so we posted that. It's a pretty dramatic little graphic I made this week. That Phoenix is very exciting. All right, who's making it in today? It's 105. Bruce is here, 75 degrees in Virginia. That sounds lovely, Bruce. That sounds really nice, like a really nice day. Carol's in from the mountains of Colorado. Good to see you, Carol. Ronnie is in from New Mexico. It's cold down there today, 47 degrees. Sunny, though, right? Linda's in from Maui. It's perfect in Maui. We don't ask her to give us a weather report. Linda, just come in, sit down, be quiet. It's we were fine till she says, "Yeah, I was outside out in the backyard watching the whales go by," and you're just like, "We don't need to know what you're doing, Linda. Sit down, play ukulele, be quiet." Jack and Barbara are in from Illinois. Good to see you, Jack. It's okay to see Barbara too. Vic is in from cloudy Eugene's been cloudy up there all day today, Vic. Pauline back in for more fun. Good to see you, Pauline. Pauline has been doing my Vic and Pauline, boy, they've been spending a lot of time together. Eventually, they're going to have to go out and have a beer together and be like, I don't know, he just talks so much. Dennis is in from Toronto. Afternoon to you, Dennis. Chris is in from Lakewood. Good afternoon to you, Chris. Glad you're here. 20 degrees in Toronto. Pretty chilly up there. 20 degrees Celsius or 20 degrees Fahrenheit? Let's see, which would be worse? 20 degrees Celsius would be normal. 20 degrees Fahrenheit is freezing. Either way, Dennis, stay inside and play ukulele. Cat ditched us for harmonica today, but here she is rolling in like ukulele, like it's nobody's business. All right, let's see. Looks like there's. It's so funny. I have concurrent views here and concurrent views there, and they don't match up at all. So I think there's a dozen of us here. Let's get started. Elizabeth, welcome in from northern Colorado. We're having mostly sunny at this point today, and I think we're getting probably pretty close to 50 degrees. Let me double check. I think we have a decent day going out there. Let's see. It says it is, drum roll, 52. So we have a decent day going on here in Colorado. Glad to have all you guys here. Rita's in from Illinois. Laurel's in from Denver. Kay's in from northern Colorado. Terry's in from Denver. Terry's my neighbor. All right, let's get this going. We have two songs today. One is supposed to be super fast and one is supposed to be super slow. Okay, grab your ukuleles and baritone players. We'll get to you second. Grab Funiculi, Funicula. Now, there's two things I know about this song. Number one, it's Italian, so I know three things about it. So three things. It was written to commemorate the funicular going in on Mount Vesuvius, which is the mountain that erupted back in, is it 79 AD? They've been running a commercial about it to sell you a gadget. Mount Vesuvius exploded, drowned the city of Pompeii in lava, apparently instantaneously. Like, a lot of people died and were frozen in place there. And so then they put in a funicular to go up the side of the mountain. And when Don and I travel, that's one of our things. If there's a funicular, we're right there. So I'm a huge funicular fan. We've ridden them in Paris and in Budapest, and where else? In Austria we rode one. There used to be one down in Colorado Springs, but they took it out, and now you can just walk up the thing. We don't do that. But yeah, funiculars are, and they go real up the side of the hill, really, really hardcore. So in the chat bar, report where your favorite funicular is from. I have not ridden, anyway, in 1880, they put one in going up Mount Vesuvius, and so these couple of fellas, I was devastated to have to take. They have real long first names, and they're very Italian first names, and they just didn't fit in the space, so I took their first names off. But it's like Luigi and Federico or something. They're really serious Italian names. Wrote this song. So that's the second thing I know about this. The third thing I know about this is that there is a hilarious scene in Seinfeld where they sing this and they're dancing around and all this. So that's what I know about Funicular. Definitely a fun piece of music to play. Patricia made it in. Christine is in from Bozeman. Snowing up a little bit there in Montana. Okay, that's probably snowing lightly. Oh, I thought we were supposed to have a nice weekend, Christine. Sunny right now in Vancouver, 52 degrees, cold for this time. Oh, it's chilly for this time of year. Okay, that seems pretty warm for Vancouver, but you know more than I do. Barbara is in from Denver. Lynn is in from New Jersey, and Jack, Quebec. All right, nice. Quebec, Quebec in French and Quebec in English, right? Love funiculars. Favorite one, Luzerne, Switzerland. There we go. See, everybody's got their funicular story. Why are they fun? We don't know. The coolest one was in Budapest because it's the original one. It's super old, it's made out of wood, and you're going up there and you're like, I hope that we don't die on this thing. All right, funicular. I'm going to recommend that you make a ukulele friend, okay? You could go get a ukulele friend, teach them the chords, and they're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, chunk, 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 okay? And think about it. Ba-dum, 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 bum, ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. Okay, that's what they're going to do. And your job is to go. Okay, that's your job. And that's it. That's the whole thing. If you can get a third friend, a ukulele friend, they're going to play the uke 2 part on here, which you can see is 0, 3, 0, 3, 0, 3, 0, 3, 0, other 3, 0, 3, 0, other 3, 0, 3, 0, 3. And when I don't even remember why we had put this thing together originally. I don't recall us playing it in the orchestra, but the thought process there, maybe I did it for a summertime class or something, where the uke 2 person is sounding like the cogs of a machine, right? Bink, 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 and it'll sound really cool. So if you have 2 friends who play ukulele, one of them plays the uke 2 part, one of them plays the chords, and you play the melody. And then obviously with this type of song, the faster you can play it, the more fun it is. And you're going to find when we get to Tuff Fugue why I'm telling you to get friends to play this, because Tuff Fugue, it turns out, is kind of hard and you probably can't play it fast enough on Tuff Fugue to get the spirit of the song out. So we'll see what we can do. Everybody's giving me their funicular stories over here. Sandy made it in from Michigan. Gubbio, Italy has a scary funicular. All right, Gubbio. I've never heard of Gubbio. I'll have to look it up. And Nancy's ready. Nancy made it in. She's ready to get her spaghetti. Lugano, Switzerland. Okay, another one. The one in Lucerne is the best. There's a huge group of people that are for the Lucerne Funicular. Evelyn, a little bit late. 72 and sunny down in Ecuador. Okay, we're talking about our favorite funiculars, Evelyn. May Mephidit, Valerie's in. She's all discombobulated. All right, so I want you to play the chords, okay? And baritone players, you can jump right in, okay? But you are going to play 2 strums per each measure. Bum bum, ba-dum, 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 dum. Okay, that's your job. Okay, that's it. Make sure you do that. I will play the melody badly, and then we'll see how we do. Go down to measure 8, 9, come back to measure 1, and then go all the way down to the bottom, and then you're going to come back to 30. Okay, so let's see how we do. I'm not going to go super fast, but the idea is to go pretty fast, and I'll play it as fast as I can. All right, let's try that again. Cape Town, South Africa has a funicular. Oh, interesting. Fascinating. I did not know. I guess I don't know anything about South Africa other than they had some trouble back in the 80s. And Trevor Noah's from there. That's what I know about. That's my complete knowledge of South Africa. All right, from the top, 1, 2. Start from the beginning again. I don't know what I was thinking. I know how to read sheet music. I know that a tied note you just hit once. I know that. Okay, 1, 2. To the top. 1, 2. Second inning. Isn't that a fun song? All right, probably at the outer end of my speed set, not just sight reading it, right? If we were going to play it together, I would study up and I'd make sure I knew exactly what was happening when, so that we could make sure to play it at full speed. Couple of thoughts. Measure 21, 22, 23. I went all the way to 12. Okay? That note, we don't really need it in society, right? That's not a note we really need. But in order to get this where it was mostly on the first string, had to go to 12. That's okay, right? Your low note here is a 0 on the second string. Your high note's a 12 on the first string. It's supposed to be fun and silly, a little gadgety, and so when you get to something like that, going to 12s is okay, right? And the other thing is, you'll notice when the 12s are there, the other notes are 10s, right? Okay, so the whole moment there is just like, oh my gosh, the ukulele is about to fly off into outer space, and yet you can do it again. So, and yet you can still make it happen. Okay, from the top, same thing. Play your chords. I'll play the melody. 1, 2. To the top. 2, 3. Second ending, 2, 3, 4. Again. So that's the speed you're going to try to play it at. That's why you have a friend. That's going to be that's going to be impossible when you're putting in the tough uke. But your job is to play the chords or the melody, and then your friend's job is to play the chords. And you guys are my friends, right? So that's how we do that. If you can find a third player and they can just do bung, 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 it'll get that very gadgety feeling because they'll be playing notes that when you're busy holding your melody note. I do think probably the reason I wrote that out, I don't remember why we did this song initially, but was to practice just that very thing, thinking about, all right, you are only responsible for 2 notes in every measure, and they repeat a whole lot. But in order to pull that off successfully, you got to be listening to where those chord strums are coming in, it'll sound really fun. Okay, let's read through the tough uke, and then we'll play it, and then we'll move to baritone. Turn the speed down about 30-40%, like a whole bunch. Okay, and then be nice and patient with yourself on this one because it's not really it's definitely an ensemble piece, but you can play it as a soloist. Let's give it a try from the top. Start with your 3. Now, I'm going to play this with a claw, and here's why. Normally, you guys know this, I'm a thumb guy. It sounds pretty. Always, everything's beautiful. Every single thing ends up sounding like Hotel California, just smooshy, whooshy, beautiful, right? But with this song, it's a gadget song, right? It's meant to be silly. Ba-dum, 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 bum. That's not a serious song. That sounds exactly like a funicular. So, just grab your claw, okay? C chord. And then you're going to just pluck these other notes. I left the ties in because I don't really want you hitting that 3 again. I just want you to hit the zeros underneath the 3. So it would sound like... Okay, so you're trying not to hit the strings that have the ties on them. I went ahead and left them in this time just as another technique. We've been pretty heavy on technique this week, and I want you to feel like, you know what, I'm going to grab these clunk, 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 clunks on here, and when there's a tie, I'm going to try not to hit that string. I'm going to let that string ring, and just try, right? If you hit it, nobody's going to know except you, but you're the one who has to live with you. From the top, 1, 2. see what I did? I just skipped that G7, right? It's too hard to put in. You can if you can put it in, you're a hero, right? Okay. But the second time through, I thought, yeah, that G7 is more work than it's worth, so just skip it. Okay. Now, question for you. Yeah, as a musician, a professional musician who's becoming the best ukulele player in your entire city, is it okay to cheat? Is it okay to get rid of stuff that's too hard to play? Is it okay to skip things? Yeah, is the answer. If you find that, like measure 5, 7, high G7 chord 3 is not going to happen for you right now in your life, skip it. Goodness sakes, don't make it too hard on yourself. 753 is going to happen. You can do that. And just forget, Gary puts the G7 in there because it's correct, not because it's necessarily advised. And instead just play. Okay, so that's me figuring out, yeah, I'm supposed to put a G7 in there, but there's no G7 police. They're not going to show up to the house and, knock down the front door and say, where's my G7? You stole our G7. Just play the 5, right? And that goes for lots of stuff that we do on here. You'll simplify the tuff uke until you reach a point where it's important for you to play it, and then do it. Okay. Let's go on to measure 8, measure 10. Let's do that. Ready? Play. Here's the other one. You may want to just put a 9. You may want to just put 9s in here because your 9 chord is the B7, and on ukulele that's index, ring, index, middle, ring, and pinky. It's that one. It's your E7 all the way up there on 7. That's where your B7 is. Oops, there it is. So, on a fun song like this, you're like, I don't know if I want to work that hard. Because what comes in is. Okay, probably not worth it. Go in and just add in the 9s. And then move on. Okay, so give those 9s there with the big B7 under there. You just put a big question mark. Maybe you do it if you love this song. You do it if you're like, yeah, I'm just playing this song because Gary gave it to us. Take them out. Just play the 9s. Just play the 9s. Okay. Who knows? Maybe someday redo the arrangement. I just take those out as anyway. So let's go from 10. 1, 2. And then go on. Let's grab page 2. Start with the 5. Now, you're going to hit the 5 on your way to 10, right? And then you're going to hit the 5 on your way back down. G chord. Okay, so that whole section there, really challenging. You'd spend a lot of time getting it right, and some of you may want to. It's really fun. I think it's worth the challenge. Everything's very playable. It's just to get it up to speed, you're probably going to have to memorize, or just get a friend. They play the chords, you play the melody. Have I said that enough times? Let's go to measure 30. Okay, still with my claw, and this is where things slow down and become a little bit more fun. 1, 2. 5s, tens and 7s. Let's play that from 30 again. 1, 2. Okay. All right. So that's how you're supposed to play it. Okay. Well, better than that, of course. But now, just for fun, start at the top, thumb only, very slow. 1, 2. To the top. And then measure 30. Whoops, wrong frets. So, one of those pieces where you decide how hard do you want to work on it. It's super fun. It sounds cool. Everything's right. It's just hard to play. Okay, and the reason it's hard to play, you're supposed to play it fast. You're supposed to play it silly. You're supposed to play it with a little bit of gadget into it, and it's really fun. All right, let's play it on baritone real quick, and then we're gonna slow it down and we're gonna play some Italian music. Okay. I love this song because of that Seinfeld when they're with the maestro. I don't know if you remember that episode where he's a conductor of the community band or something, and he wants to be called maestro. And then Jerry's like, I'm not calling him maestro. Let's see, what's the name of this? Funicular, F-U-N baritone. He wants to be called Maestro all the time, and then there's a scene where they're driving along and singing that song. Challenging indeed, Renee says. Slow it down. It's easy to play slow, but it's one of those things where you slow it down and then start speeding it up. It's super fun. I spent a long time this morning just playing through it and driving Donna crazy. I'm like, man, if I could play this at full speed, this would be another one of those pieces where you're just like, somebody says, hey, play me something on ukulele. You knock that out at full speed, and you're just like, yeah, that's what we do on ukulele. All right, let's play this one. I'm gonna just do the same story. Ukulele players, you got a G chord and a D7. B minor is a bar on 2. A minor shape in front. F sharp 7. What? That's just your F7. Okay. But you've got to put this pinky here and then slide it up to the 2nd fret, and then all of a sudden that's your F sharp 7. So that's a lot of work. Annoying. On page 2, you got a D chord. You have an A7. Oh, you have a B7 down there at measure 38. That's a bar on 2 with your A7 shape behind it. You have an E minor at 39. And all the other chords are the same. So there's not too many chords, about 6 chords in there, but certainly that center section is a little bit annoying. Yeah, well, it's funny when you talk about Seinfeld. It comes on after the Channel 31 news. They run Seinfeld after that, so I've seen every episode about 9,000 times, and I'm always amazed how many plot lines are all in one song or in one episode. That's also, I think that's the episode where he takes his pants off and they're playing pool, and he takes his pants off so they don't get wrinkled. And they're in this teeny tiny room playing pool with no pants on. All right, Funiculi, Funicula, baritone style. You guys are on chords, baritone players. You're either playing the melody or you're playing the tuff. I'm going to play the tuff. I'm going to play it slow so you can get a general sense of how it feels different on baritone. 1, 2. To the top. Measure 12. Sorry, I messed that up. Let me go from measure 10 again. Measure 10. 1, 2. Do from 30 again. Go. Too much work. Don't play the tough acts. Get a friend, play the ukulele part, and play the chord part together, and it'll be fun. I'm going to play the baritone part of this next song first. So that's it. That's Funiculi Funicula. It could be really fun. Okay, if you're thinking about hey, when after the pandemic's over and we start meeting face to face again, I want to have a song where they'll be like, oh my gosh, play that one. All right, let's go grab Sole Mio baritone version first. Baritone players, this is your chance to be exactly the same as a Italian troubadour wandering the streets as a lonely minstrel, trying to gather euros. I was going to say lira, and I'm like, I don't think they still have liras. And get your Michael Bublé on, right? Very slow, very beautiful, very overdone. Okay, it's very typical Italian. Okay, and so we're going to slow way down. So it says 80. You'll be fine at 70 or 60. Okay, ukulele players, you got a D chord, got an E minor chord. Already, you know things are going to go well. Okay, A7 chord, beautiful. Way down at the bottom, measure 25, 24 to 5, 26. Got a G minor. That's your G minor shape. That's it. So 4 chords. Okay, 2 beats per measure. 2 beats per measure. But really, it's going to feel like a march. Right, left, right, left. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It's gonna feel super slow. Okay, baritone players, grab the melody, grab the Tuff-er. We'll talk about anything that I find along the way. I don't recall anything being particularly shocking when you get to it. Big strum at the beginning, and then pick out the melody afterwards. 1, 2. Triplet there, okay? that's what we like, right? It's Now or Never by Elvis, yes. That's the same song as Elvis. Copyright's a little complicated on this one. It's public domain, sort of, but the melody, the daughter of one of the composers who was never recognized managed to win a lawsuit where the melody may still be under copyright in Italy, but for the most part, you're probably fine to play this one. I don't know if any Italian lawyers are going to call me up. I hope not. And if they do, I hope they take me out to lunch. Let's grab your ukulele version of this. This sounds out of tune. And as a reminder, guys, if you're playing every day, your strings will not last you a year. Okay? If you play occasionally, your strings are fine once a year. These strings on this are 4 months old, and they are already dead because I play I play a lot every day. And so just know that, oh shoot, had an easier way to do this. I goofed it up. LMNO. Oh, Sole Mio. Yeah, that's a problem with you guys. You play a lot of music. All right. Let's do this on a ukulele. All right. Michelle's in. She's like, yep, that sounds good. Let's play it on ukulele. Wait till you see how pretty it is on ukulele. Slow. Inner Michael Bublé. Make it beautiful. Lush, right? Make it like Elvis. Make it like Elvis during the good period. 1, 2. Top. Isn't that lovely? That's a lovely song. Here's your plan. Get that one up to speed, and then when you have the Italian market, you know how every year in August they have an Italian market in your town. You go there and you play that, and somebody give you a bottle of olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, and then be like, "Oh, thank you for playing that. Here's a bottle of extra virgin olive oil." That's all I know about playing ukulele today. Tomorrow, guys, we have a crazy amount of music. It's been a weird week for me. I'm looking forward to just dropping in tomorrow and just playing music. We're really technique heavy this week, guys, and so sometimes that happens. What are you going to do? Two arpeggios, make a better bar. We have Alouetta, Santa Lucia. Oh, we have 3 Italian songs tomorrow. Alouetta, Santa Lucia, America the Beautiful, A vous dire je maman, Au clair de la lune, Funiculi, Funicula, Sole Mio. I don't know. We don't have anything that makes it. There's every single piece we're playing tomorrow has some weird part of the name except America the Beautiful. So that's what we're doing tomorrow. Show up early. Let's start early. Let's come wearing your best concert attire. Practice a little bit tonight. Make sure everything's making sense to you. You play in whatever way you can, right? You don't have to play the way I play. You shouldn't play the way I play. I got lots of room for improvement. You can play it better than me, and so do it that way. Chords and melody together, whatever makes you happy, and we'll see how we pull off tomorrow. Thanks for being here, guys. Good piece to memorize. Yeah, I mean, on both of the pieces today, even though one's way harder than the other, they're both really fun and really beautiful. So, well, I don't know, Funicula. I don't know if you'd say it's beautiful, but it's really fun. Evelyn, thanks again, creating such a diversity of songs every week. Trying. By the way, I've gotten several people have sent me in some Japanese, Korean, Chinese type music, and I'm going to try to make sure I'm respectful of the actual country they're coming from rather than just calling it Asian music. But I do want to work on that kind of stuff. So if you happen to have a favorite song from whatever Asian culture, send me a note on it. I'm going to try to make sure that we have some distinction between all of that. As Americans, we're terrible about us. Just it's all just that type of music. But I've already got several choices for really nice Japanese music. Got a couple pieces out of China that are just like, oh my God, I hope we can pull that off. And then somebody, I think it was Ronnie, sent me a Korean piece, which is exciting. So yeah, check your memory banks. If there's a song you're like, oh yeah, I used to know that song, send me a note. I will do the research on it. But let me know if there's any that you will like. Patricia, good to see you. Barbara, thanks for being here. Pauline, good to see you. I'll see you in the morning, Pauline. Ronnie, have a wonderful day, Ronnie, as well. Sandy, great practices. We all sounded so good today, because right, you can't mess up Italian stuff. It's all perfect. Chris, thanks for being here. Elizabeth, crazy, beautiful pieces. Aren't they fun? All right, good to see you, Elizabeth. Vic, great, good job, everybody. Lynn, more techniques. I know, I keep throwing at you. Is finding a time to use them is the hard part, right? Nancy, there you go. Good to see you, Nancy. Kat, good to see you. You're welcome. Fran. I know my Italian wife has long since turned off all this noise that comes out of the back room. She's just like, whatever. That's an Italian song. Oh, good. Are you going to mess that one up too? You putting that on ukulele? No, she's not. She's very supportive. Terry, I'll see you soon. Nancy. Yeah, awesome. You guys are, well, there's more. You know me. I'm not shy about stuffing weird stuff down your throat, so. Ronnie. Filipino. Okay. I thought you said it was Korean. Philippines, Korean. Okay. All right, Ronnie. Thank you. I will get it straight. I will get it straight. I promise. Linda. Oh, yeah. Hit the thumbs up, guys, if you're logged in. Thank you for doing that. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you might want to do that as well. Sooner or later we're going to get 1,000. I don't know how to do that, but my goal is to get to 1,000, because then I guess you actually get to make some choices about what YouTube says about you. So Linda, good. Thank you, Linda, and you bet, Linda. All right, guys, pulling the plug. Have a wonderful day, and I will see all of you for concert tomorrow.